Hello, it's time to do some yoga. This is the second yoga for kids video. So if you're an adult, not for you, sorry. Other videos for you. This is our special kids yoga. And if you are a kid, you've got to keep safe doing yoga. So the first thing is that it's really important that you check this website here with your mum and dad if you've not done it before, whoever's at home with you, just to make sure that this is going to be safe for your body, and there's ways to change things to make sure that you're safe if you're not quite sure. And it's so important that we're always changing things so that they feel good. So if my hands are up like this and your hands are like, oh, it doesn't feel good, then let them be a little bit different. So you've got to have all that creativity to be able to listen in to your body. So to hear if it's saying, oh, my knee's not comfortable. If your knee's telling you you're not comfortable, then you need to do something about that knee. You need to look after it, okay? The other thing is, in yoga, we do not do falling over or touching other people unless the teacher says. So make sure that you don't fall over, because I need you to be safe when you're doing your yoga, okay? We're going to start by doing a warm-up, and it's a warm-up that you have done before. If you've done the first video, we're going to play some fantastic piano. So bring yourself, so you've got lots of space around you so you can be really creative with your body. So can you start by playing a little quiet piano? Little piano up high, little piano down low. Can you play up to one corner of the room and the other corner of the room? Can you make a big circular piano? So a great big circular piano. And then come back the other way. So we're going to play the most strangest piano that's ever been made. Can you bend your knees, bring your fingers down, slowly, play the piano all the way down to your toes. Can you tickle your own toes, even if you tickle underneath your toes and make yourself laugh, just for fun? Tickle up the back of your legs to the back of your knees. Spread your hands wide, come all the way up, stretch up towards the ceiling, and let your hands come down. Give your shoulders a little bit of a jiggle and a little bit of a wriggle, and let them go a little bit crazy shoulders. And then can you let one leg go floppy and wobbly and let it have a really good shake around. And then the other one, good shaky leg. Let your hands go a little bit wobbly, or take them out so you keep balance. And bring your feet back to standing. So come back to nice and even, nice and settled. Take a breath. So a little bit for the spine. Can you curl down like a little old person? Make yourself really tiny and old, and then can you grow up and up and up and up and up, so even bigger than yourself, so that you become a really big, massive, wonderful person. And then bring your hands down again and again. Can you feel like you feel when you're tired and you're small and the world's not quite right? And then can you press into your feet, slowly uncurl, make yourself big, tall, relaxed and soft again. Right, we're going to come down and do a bit more yoga now. We've warmed our bodies up, we're all a little bit alive now, and we're going to come into all fours to start with. So all fours is on your hands and your knees. So can you find a nice space on the floor where there's space around you so that you can relax. I'm going to have to move this, you know. I always do this, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to move the screen because I've got a cunning plan of what we're going to do next. And there's nothing like a cunning plan. And for this cunning plan, you need to see quite a lot of my body and some space up here, because we're going to do something else using that space. I wonder what. Right. First thing, we're going to do this really quickly. What are we being? What animal are we doing when we let our back come down and then back up again? This is our little pussycat, isn't it? We've got a happy pussycat, meow, and we've got our angry pussycat, wow. And you can make a little noise as you go back and forth. And what you're really wanting to do is make sure that your spine has a lovely stretch, just like a pussycat's, all the way from your pussycat tail to your pussycat ears. And then come back to neutral. Last week we did a little dog pose, do you remember? Hands on the floor, toes tucked under. Make sure you've got a mat, or your feet are very strong on the floor. Hips slide back, press into your hands, lift up your hips. And here we are in our little dog pose, aren't we? So have a little stretch out for a moment, and then come onto your knees. Let your head rest down like a little sleepy puppy. And I'm going to tell you what we're going to do next. Next, we're going to come up and we're going to see if we can catch some stars. I thought that would be a really fun thing to do today. So, can you bring yourself back to all fours? Can you tuck your toes under? Can you slide your hips back and then up? So we come up into dog pose just like we did last week. And then, can you get one foot, get your toes nice and active? We're going to go catching stars with these toes. So we need to go all the way up towards the sky. Catch some stars with that foot. Bring them back and put them underneath that foot. And then other foot, stretch up. Catch some stars with those toes. Catch them out of your toes. Bring them down. And then settle the stars under that foot. One hand is going to stretch up if you feel okay. Catch a star. Beautiful, lovely, shiny one. Take it in your hand. Gently let it rest under your palm. And then other side. Catch a star. Bring it down. Settle it underneath your palm so that if ever it wanted to fly away it could, but it's really happy underneath your hands and your feet. And then let your knees come all the way down to the floor. Rest down and just imagine those little stars twinkling around you. So we always rest down after doing dog pose so that our breathing can settle and so that we can really enjoy that pose. And then bring yourself into all fours again. We are going to be a little cobra, so a little snake now. So can you bring yourself onto your tummy? So you're lying on your tummy and your feet are going to be together. But why do you think your feet need to be together? Why do you think they're not wide like this? Yeah, that's it. We want to be a little snake. So this is your feet are your little snaky tail. And they can have a little move around if they want. But right now they're going to settle down onto the ground. And your little snake, you can have your hands in beside your arm, in beside your body, so we can't really see them. And you're going to let your forehead rest onto the floor. And you're going to be a little snake having a wee sleep. And then what's going to happen is the snake's going to waken up. He's going to look up with his eyes. He's going to look up. And his eyes are going to get big. And he might want to stick his tongue out and taste and smell the air. And then he's going to come back down. And you're going to rest your head down. So let your head just come really, really soft and easy. Relax the back of your body. And then we're going to have the option of coming up to do that again. So we're going to do maybe 3 little snakes coming up. And remember, you're going to come up like a snake, so gentle and smooth. Because remember, usually snakes are going out to try and capture some food, aren't they? So it's really important you're going to be super quiet to do this. So head is going to rest onto the floor. Shoulders are relaxed down and elbows are nice and close. The way I like to do this is to brush my forehead and then my nose and my chin off the floor so that you really open up like a little snake. So you can try that. So brush your forehead, your nose, your chin. Press gently in your hands to come up. And then look around quietly with your big cobra eyes. Take a sniff of the air. And then so quietly come back down. And let your head rest again. We're going to do that one more time. Are you ready? Arms are in close. Forehead brushes the floor, nose, chin. We lift ourselves up. We let the shoulders come down. And we feel like that beautiful, strong snake just looking out on the world with his glittering eyes. And then slowly bring yourself down and rest your head. You're going to take your hands down beside your waist, slide your hips back and become a tiny little stone for a moment. A little stone lying on the bed of a river. And then we're going to come up to standing. So hands on the floor, lift up with your legs, stretch up with your legs, stretch up with your hands all the way up and overhead. Oh, have a lovely stretch up. And then if you bring yourself to a comfortable standing position. So this in yoga is called Tadasana. Do you know what it means? Mountain. This is us just standing like a mountain. What that means is we're standing so happily we could stand like this forever. But we don't want to, do we? No. We're going to come and do a bit more yoga. We're going to do a balance, so you're going to have to be so careful. Make sure that you don't fall over for this one. Make sure that you're using a little bit of sofa, a little bit of chair, a little bit of wall, so that you are really happy and your body doesn't do any of that slippy slidey stuff. So, can you take a nice big step forward? Can you take your hands out wide? And can you stretch your hands all the way away from one another? And then you're going to see if your back foot wants to lift off a little bit. And then foot comes down to the floor. What were we being? What was that? Aeroplane, wasn't it? We're going away for a fly. So, are you ready? Other foot in front. Foot comes down, hands come wide. Lengthen out through your hands and then see if your back foot wants to just float up a little bit. And then foot comes to the floor, feet set down. Step a step back. We're going to do that one more time on each side. This time, you might want to fly a little bit further. So just have a little think about in your mind. Would you go fly over the garden? Are you going to fly over the mountains, over the beaches? Are you going to fly and see a friend? Just have a think about who you're going to go fly or where you're going flying to. You ready? Foot steps down. Hands come wide. Extend out into your fingertips. Fly yourself all the way over somewhere lovely where you'd like to be. If you wobble, make sure your wings start to settle yourself. Bend your knee again to find the floor. And then bring yourself back to standing. Feet go, both come down. Easy breath. And then opposite foot. So big step forwards, hands come wide. Extend out with the fingertips. Allow your shoulders to come forwards. And imagine where you're flying to. And then bend your knee, find the floor again. Bring yourself back to standing and back to comfortable. We're going to come all the way down onto the floor now to sitting. So can you bring yourself to sitting? And you're going to let your legs just cross comfortably so that they're both touching the floor if it's happy. Feet can be further away if you need. And just whichever foot comes in front to start with is fine because we're going to do both sides. Can you take your hands wide? Can you bring them over to one side? Just let them be so soft. And then fly them all the way up, over to the other side. And back to the centre. So when I do this, I like to think I'm being like a washing machine. I like to think that I'm so... Do you see? At the foot in front, I was talking and doing things. So put your other foot in front. And then we're going to be a washing machine. Can you come around to one side? Can you make the washing all get clean by giving it a good squish around? And then can you come back to the centre and over to the other side, all the other washing. You're right inside the washing machine just now, swirling away with the clean, beautiful clothes. And back to the centre, back to just nice and even. So we have done some moving, we've done some breathing. What we're going to do now, if you go on to the next video, we're going for a special journey and we're going to have our relaxation. So you can click onto that now so that we finish our yoga with a really happy thought. And you can do your relaxation again at bedtime or this again if you really want to as well. Have a good day. See you in relaxation shortly. Bye.